is Admar, and today I'll be taking you through a mobility flow exercise. All you'll need for this exercise is a yoga mat or a carpet. You can also do this on the floor if it doesn't bother your joints and if your floor is clean enough. During today's exercise, I want you to be as present as you can and try your best to tune in with your body. So let's get into it. First exercise we're going to do, we're going to sit down and then we're going to lay down on the floor. We're going to do some breath work. So I want you to place one hand on your chest and another hand on your belly. We'll take a few breaths in this position. So try to relax and try to fill your belly up. Imagine your belly is inflating like a balloon when you breathe in. So you can feel the rise in your hand. And you want to inflate your belly in all directions. At your own pace. For the next exercises, if you need more time and if it feels good, just stop the video and do whatever feels right. The next exercise we're going to do is called the Bretzel, because you're kind of folded up like a human pretzel. So let's start off by laying on our left side. I want you to bring your right knee over and then place your left hand on your right knee. Next, with your right hand, grab your left foot. Then we're going to stay in this position and we're going to try to relax. Don't try to strain yourself in this stretch. We're going to be taking deep breaths like we did during the breathing exercise. I'll take you through 5 breaths. Breathe in. Next, we're going to go on our right side. So you can just roll over, but now we're going to switch sides like this. And the same thing, but reverse. Bring your left leg over your right. Place your right hand on your left knee. And grab your right foot with your left hand. Tend to get those mixed up. Then we're going to breathe in and out. 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 Alright. And if you notice when you breathe out, your body relaxes. So without putting too much pressure, try to go deeper into your stretches when you're breathing out. The next exercise is called open books. So if you're still laying on your right side, good. We're going gonna start off there. So you can keep both your legs bent, you can keep your legs straight, or you can bend your left knee and you can hold it with your right hand. I'm going to be doing that last option. So for open books, we're going to start with our arm across our body on the floor. Then we're going to reach up and over. And I want you to track your hand with your eyes. So keep looking at your hand while you open your chest. And we're going to hold it out here for complete breath. And you can bring it in as you breathe in. And then breathe out on your way out. In and out. In and out. In and out. And in and out. We'll do this 5 more times. Go at your own pace. Remember, while you're doing this, I want you to try to sync your breath with your movement. Really reach and open your chest. We're going to move over to our left side next. So you have the same options, legs straight, legs bent, or in this case, right over left. So start with your hands together, and then reach out. Coming in, or breathing in. Breathe out while you're going out. And during this whole movement, I want your hips to stay stable. So keep your hips perpendicular to the floor. Feels good, feel free to hold the stretch. You can hold these stretches and take a few deep breaths. Alright, the next exercise we're going to do is called Child's Pose. And I'm going to show you 2 different variations. So, for both of these variations, we're going to start with the tops of our feet laying flat on the ground. Then I want you to sit on your heels. Reach forward, find a position that is comfortable for you. You always have the option to walk your hands forwards or backwards. So the 2 different options include the position I'm in now with your knees together, will stretch out your lower back. The other option is to open your hips. So depending on whichever version you do, you can target the lower back or your hips. And find that position that's comfortable for you. And then drop your head. If it's available, lay your forehead on the ground. And while you're in this position, I want you to imagine pressing your hands into the floor and dropping your armpits down to the ground. And I want you to hold this for a few breaths. So breathing in and out. And when you're breathing out, it might feel good to sigh. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Then we're going to do 2 more rounds of this. During this exercise, no matter if your hips are open or if your knees are together, I want you to also feel a stretch in your lats. So we're going to be opening up our back as well in this exercise. So going back for more. Reach out, find the position that's comfortable. Drop your head, breathe in and out. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. We're going to do this one more time. And try your best to push yourself. Try to push that comfort zone when you're reaching out. I don't want it to feel like a strain, but I do want you to feel a good stretch. So we'll go back and this time do it at your own pace. Reaching out, reaching, and then the breath is up to you. Breathing out, try to go deeper in. Try to bring your armpits closer to the ground. Work so far. The next exercise we're going to do is called cat-cows. So I want you to set up with your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. Let's start off by pressing into the ground with our hands and the top of our feet. We're going to round our back, look towards your belly button, and breathe out. This is a cat, like an angry cat pose. And then we're going to do the cow. We're going to drop our belly button towards the floor. We're going to look up and flex our feet. Breathe in. And breathing out, pushing against the floor. Rounding the back, to the belly button. more. Out. Last one. In. And out. Alright. So the next exercise we're going to do is called bird dog. So we're going to set up in the same position. Knees below hips, hands below shoulders. We're going to reach with our arms and legs. So I want you to stabilize on your hands and knees, and then raise your right arm and left leg. Keep your back flat. Imagine it's a table and you're trying to balance plates on your back. We're going to come in and switch sides. Left arm out, right leg back. And in. Out. And in. Out. And in. Out. And in. Out. As an invitation, on the way in, you can bring your knee to your elbow. Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Out. In, out, and in, out, and in. Alright, so in this next exercise, we're going to open up our hips. You can place your hands behind your back and bend your knees in front of you. And spread them out wider than your hips. Next, these are called 90-90s because we're making two 90-degree angles with our legs. And we're going to switch sides. So use your arm to support, and if you can, try to balance. Do it without your hands on the floor. As another invitation, when you switch sides, you can lean. You're going to feel a stretch in your glutes and your thighs. Then, if you want another variation, you switch sides, you can come up in a sort of lunge. So let's do a few more of these. One more. Okay. Next, you can stand up. So, the common trend is focusing on the breath and being in tune with your body. So, next, we're going to do some more yoga style poses. With your hands by your side, this is called mountain pose. From here, I want you to reach up. And then next, we're going to fold. So go as low as you can comfortably. And drop your head as well. Next, we're going to go into a half lift, flat back. You can keep your hands on your shins or knees. And then we're going to fold again. And when we come up, we're going to reach to the sky. We're going to do this half lift, fold, reach to the sky. Hold, half lift, fold, reach to the sky. Then we'll reset in the mountain pose. And then I'm going to switch positions because we're going to be incorporating some walking out, planks, bird dog, not bird dog, it's called downward dog. And we're going to put them all together. So mountain pose, reach up, fold, half lift. From here, hold and reach forward. So walk your hands out. And we're going to hold this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to go down to our knees. And we're going to drop. Place your hands by your chest and keep your hips towards the ground. We're going to arch your back, push up. And then we're going to go down. And then we're going to push and go into downward dog. So bring the hips, raising them to the sky. Then we're going to walk forwards to our hands and reach up. We're just going to recenter. Let's do 2 more rounds of this. Fold. Half lift, flat back. Fold. Walk out. Plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to the knees. Place your hands by your chest. Arch your back. Keep those hips down. And down. And then downward dog. Raising the hips to the sky. Keeping those arms straight, heads between your shoulder. And then walk forward. Reach up. Mountain pose. We're going to do 1 more round of this. Reach up, fold, half lift, and walk out. It's a plank. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, rest of the body follows. Arch into cobra. And then relax. Then push into downward dog. Hips to the sky. Try to bring your belly button to your thighs. And then we're going to walk back. Reach up. Mountain pose. Finish off. Reaching up. Fold. Half lift. Fold. Reach up. Mountain pose. Alright, so now we're going to start the cool down. Take a seat. We're going to go crisscross applesauce, or I'm going to do this position that really stretches the front of the shins, just sitting on the heels. Next, we're going to stretch our neck. So first, I want you to take your right ear, bring it towards your right shoulder. If you're feeling a stretch along your neck, the traps, you can leave the stretch like this. Breathe in and out and try to bring your shoulder closer to your ear. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your right hand over, and I want you to think about pulling diagonally. Don't think of just cranking your neck down. Think of pulling up and out. And then we'll do a few breaths here. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, Next, we're going to hit the small muscle called the levator's calf. For this, we're going to look towards our armpit. So instead of bringing the ear down to the shoulder, we're going to look down, and you should feel it in about the same area. So looking towards the armpit, you can bring your right hand, bring it over. This time, you can pull towards your armpit. In and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, and out. Really slowly, and we're going to do the other side. Look towards your left armpit, and put your hand over if it's comfortable. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. Really slowly. And finally, we're going to look down, and we're going to try to bring our chin towards our chest. If this is enough, stay here. But you also have the invitation to lock your fingers, place them on the back of your head, and you might not even have to pull, even just resting your hands on top, letting gravity do its work. Feel a stretch in the back of the neck. Breathing in and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, and out. Release slowly. And you can finish off by doing some neck circles. So choose a side to start with, and like we've been doing, try to sync up your breath with your movement. So going around, doing slow circles. I want you to do 5 in whatever direction you're doing. And then we're going to switch. Just making big, wide circles. Count like I do, just keep going, do what feels good, and if it does feel good,